How I am able to read 100 plus books in a month. And it's a very fascinating story, by the way. And right now I will going to share each and everything that I have gone through, the experience, the learning, and how I created this habit in a manner so it will going to help you also. Writer A, the writer who decided that he will going to write only two page a day continuously. On the other hand, writer B decided that actually in our brain we have neurons, and that neurons is actually responsible for whatever we do. Think of your neuron, a train's body. It has been mentioned in several books, several works, several research papers that I learned from the book called Hyperfocus and also from Atomic Habit. And that strategy is I know that right now it seems very impossible. Forget about hundreds, forget about 50. Even a one book look very impossible, even though if it is a small size, if it is not that much of fat. But it seems very impossible. And let me tell you one thing, it is very much possible. Reading book and reading passionately is a skill that everybody can learn and can read a book very fluently and very efficiently. If I am able to do so, then you can also. Like, what is the difference between you and me? Nothing. Just we are in a different path and we have to come and join in a singular path, so we will able to read the same thing, the same way, the same stuff. And let me tell you one more thing, it is very easy than you think. If you think like, oh my god, it's a very fat book, it's a very hard book, I don't know, I'm not able to put my attention into it, my awareness is going here and there, it seems very hard, it seems like I have to climb a mountain. And to be fair, it will be, because at the first time it will actually haunt me and daunt me all the time while I was, or even I think reading a book. And right now I will going to share each and everything that I have gone through, the experience, the learning, and the behavior pattern, and how I created this habit in a manner so it will going to help you also. You don't have to go and find the path like I did earlier. I was devastated, I was fighting with procrastination, I was fighting with my own self to do what? To just read a book. And the method, the strategy, and the system that works for me, I'm pretty sure it will going to help you one way or another. Okay, so first understand it using a story. There was a writer who was writing like his work or his book that he was working upon, and he was just writing 1000 words per day. It is like not a huge milestone, it is not like a radical change, it's not like a extreme position that you have to hold it. No, 1000 word would be like 2 or 3 page to write, and it's not very hard to write for an author or for a professional author whose work is to just write a book the entire day. He will going to write whatever, whether it is book, essay, research paper, whatever the work that he's doing dedicatedly and with having a full professionalism. So for him, writing 1000 word a day is not a huge thing. But on the other hand, there was another writer. Suppose the writer that I had talked about earlier, that one writer A, and there is writer B who thought and decided that he will going to write 10 pages a day or 20 pages a day. So his milestone or his daily goal was very huge, very extreme. The measurement of both, like writer A and writer B, is significantly higher and significantly different. Whether writer A will going to do well or writer B will going to do well, we will going to see at the end of it. But here is the main part. Writer A, the writer that I talked about very earlier, he start to write 1000 words, or in simple term 2 pages a day, and he did it continuously for 30 days. And on the other hand, writer B, who was like a caveman, who is like put himself into a room and he was writing frenetically, he didn't end up writing his book, or he didn't end up completing the work that he was doing. You know why? Because he was consistent on day 1, day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At the 10th day, he feel like, oh my god, it's very overwhelming. If I write in this space, in this manner, I will going to be very tired and I will not going to feel good. Each and every day he has to fight himself. He has to fight that he has to complete a work which is look like a mountain. On the other hand, writer A have a goal or daily goal. It seems like it is doable. It is very realistic and it can be achieved through a focused attention or a flow state, or in simple term 1 or 2 hour constant concentration work. And you know the result now. Writer A, the writer who decided that he will going to write only 2 page a day continuously, as long as his work didn't get completed, or continuously 60 days or 30 days, something like that. On the other hand, writer B decided that he will going to write 10 pages, even bigger, 20 pages a day, and he end up stopping that work after 10th day. So writer B on the other hand didn't completed the task, didn't completed his work, didn't completed what he had decided, or what he had decided I should say. But on the other hand, writer A completed that. So now let's come to the science of it. So reading book or writing something out, it's all just boiled down to habits. Actually in our brain we have neurons, and that neurons is actually responsible for whatever we do, whether it is preferring coffee over tea, whether it is playing football over cricket, whether it is talking in front of the camera, whatever we do, because we have certain neural pathways which actually decide what to do, what not to do through the electrical current that actually generated in our head. We can understand it using examples and analogy. Think of your neuron like a train's bogie. You know how a train's bogie is interconnected with each other and you can go back and forth. So the entire train, or I should say the entire train's bogie, is interconnected with each other, and when the engine put its pull force, the entire bogies run. The same thing happen in our brain, and those bogies are neuron which are billions or trillions in our head. And when the brain give electrical signals, then the neurons start to work. Like in the example how the engine actually give its pull force, then the bogie also start to run behind the engine. The same thing happen in our brain. When our brain actually give the electrical current or the electrical signal, the neurons start to work together, and it actually start to predict and help us to do what to do, what not to do. If I give you an example, then whenever you see Instagram or whenever you open Instagram, what does happen next? You spend like 30 minutes, and there is no wrong about it. Like let me tell you this thing, because the environment and the application, in like when I say environment, in this case the Instagram environment, the Instagram application has been designed in a manner so you got stuck for like 30 minutes, 15 minutes or something like that. Because when you open the Instagram, then your brain got a signal, okay, this is a platform where you can consume information, you can consume reels. For another example, when you go to Domino's or any Domino's, the color, the seating arrangement, the colored theme, like everything, the behavior of the customer, the dressing code, everything is universal anywhere around the world if you go to any Domino's shop or Domino's pizza shop. Why it is like that? Because it is trying to create certain neural pathways or activating certain neural pathways to give signal that okay, you are come to here, and now what you will going to do is order pizza and enjoy it and spend some time here by sitting. Because the more you will sit, the more you will order, the more we will going to make profit from you, the more we will get profit from you, the more our business going to run. And you know the business model, I will going to cover it later, like someday. However, the main thing is the neurons which actually got interconnected. And how it got interconnected, when it gets signal, okay, I did this and I love that, next time I have to do this again. So the neurons, when you go to gym, you did some workout and you feel good, you feel automatically good. Now your neurons know that okay, this is a place where if I come again and again and again, I start to feel good. So the neurons which actually help you to decide what to do, what not to do. But when it will going to do it, the moment it feels something. Now let's come to the practicality. Like how you can able to read book. What are the things that I have gone through? What are the challenges that I faced when I started reading books, and how I overcome all those things? In simple term, how you can start to read books, and not only read book, complete the entire book and understand it. Okay, here is the practical method. It has been mentioned in several books, several works, several research paper, and it is actually come from the positive psychology, that particular category or genre, and it is very very effective. That I learned from the book called Hyperfocus, and also from Atomic Habit, and probably also from Deep Mind, but sorry, Deep Work. But I don't know where my book is. Like, I couldn't find. Like, there's a self where is a lot of book, and there is a lot of book. I'm not able to find where is Deep Work. And that strategy is implementation intention. I know it seems very arbitrary or very abstract or very big, but in simple term, implementation intention simply mean, okay, I have decided that I will do certain activity at certain time at that particular place. In simple term, I will going to gym tomorrow morning, the time is there, using my bike at Punjabi mode. So what I am saying is, I will do certain task at certain time at certain place. For an example, I will going to write 2 pages a day tomorrow morning 10 a.m. in the college library. So now when you say to your mind that, okay, I will do this thing at that time at that place, your mind knows specifically what is the task, what you will going to do. You are totally clear. The clarity will arrive. The clarity will arrive. It will going to certainly arrive the moment you use implementation intention with the work, or in this behavior, in this case, reading book. If you decided that, okay, tomorrow morning I will start hyper focus at 10 a.m. at my office desk, then you are clear that, okay, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. I have to read hyper focus for 10 minutes, and it start from 10 a.m. The clarity is there, and when the moment is clarity is there, now it's become your priority. Okay, you know what, like, okay, put all the work aside, this is the priority. I have to read this book right now. And actually it's boiled down to the priority. You have to give priority to the work, or to the task, or to the habit that you wanted to build. In this case, for an example, we want to build a habit of reading book, then we have to have certain priority. Not certain priority, we have to give a high priority to this particular task, because when you give priority, then you are putting yourself, or then you are saying to yourself that, okay, reading books matter. And and you know what, it's a very simple thing. Okay, now you will ask how I should put priority in it, or even though I put priority, I did, like I said that it is a highest priority thing. But why I will going to read this book? Like, why I should read this book? And the answer is in the question. The moment you understand, okay, I am reading this book, but why? Like, what is the purpose? Like, why I am reading this book at the very first place? For an example, if I want to think positively, if I want to cultivate a positive mindset, and if I want to think in a certain manner, then I must use a book which actually help me decide how to think positively and how to think in a manner which actually help me. Then this book comes simple. Whatever the things that you are trying to solve. For an example, you are feeling very restlessness, unstillness, there are a lot of unstableness, uncertainty in your mind, because the entire world is like that, and you are feeling little bit uncomfortable. I think now it's all connected, right? Now it's all connected. Why you should read book? Because you are feeling this uncertainty, unrestlessness, unstillfulness, and hence this book, because this book is targeting, and it's trying to solve the core problem. So you should not read just book arbitrary because Sumit or Vaibhav just said you, or told you, sorry, or maybe some other buddy or other fellow is reading the book, you should also read book. No. You must first understand why you are reading this book, even though if it is a fiction or non-fiction, if it is helping me or not, if it is adding value to me or not. If it is adding value, read it. If it is not adding value at all, if it is not necessary right now at your current stage, don't read it. So you must first explain to yourself why read book, and why which to read book. Like, which book I should read and why. If I want to improve my focus, I know that which book to go. Or even though right now Google and ChatGPT is there, just ask, like, I am feeling this, I have this problem, I have to solve this problem, I want this kind of value, suggest me 10 books or 5 books, whatever. You get all those books, and the moment you know why to read that particular book, the moment you know this the priority will automatically come. And when the priority will automatically come, now you know you have to read the book. One more thing, don't be a writer B, that I described at the very first place in the story. What I mean by writer B, don't be like, I have started reading book, and because I am feeling very motivated, because I am feeling very inspiring, I am very enthusiastic right now, I will going to read 20 page a day. No, bullshit, sorry. It's as stupid as you may think. That's why I use that example at the very first place. Like writer A, who decided that he will going to write only 2 pages a day, and on the other hand, writer B, who decided that he will going to read 10, 20, 30, whatever norms. And you know what's the result, right? Writer A, on the other hand, wins and completed his project or his work. Writer B, when the motivation fall down, the complete the entire project or the entire work crashed. So you have to be a writer A. You have to decide, okay, be a very logical person, be a very person who actually think very critically, systematically and structurally. Like, okay, I know that I don't have any experience, I haven't read book, I didn't have the habit of reading book. Then why not, let's first start building the habit of reading book. The goal is not to be a guy who is completing a book. The goal is to be a reader. The goal is not to just complete 1 book, 2 book, 3 book, not at all. The goal is to build a habit where you are reading each day. So what you will going to do? Be a writer A. Just decide, okay, you know what, every day at 10 a.m. in the morning at my office desk, I will only going to read 2 pages, or I will only going to read for 2 minutes, or I will only going to read 5 pages, something like that. Start very small, because right now at that particular situation you are trying to connect the neuron. Remember that I told you earlier, first make the neurons work for you. First build the habit so the neurons know, okay, what to do, what not to do, and when to do, what to do. I hope it's all makes sense. It doesn't matter whether you're reading 10 pages or 20 pages or 30 pages or 50 pages, as long as you are consistent. Pages counts doesn't matter. Like, suppose if I am reading this book, okay, 2 pages only, but I am reading every day and continuously for 30 days, then half of the book already done. I have completed half of the book. And it is like, if you can see the improvement, last month I had the improvement of 0%. Like I was not reading at all, and this month I completed the half of the book, maybe 50 pages, 100 pages. So it's a 1000% jump or improvement. And let me tell you, in the initial phase, when you are motivated enough, it is very easy to get in the trap of that motivation, and you will say, okay, I will going to read 10 pages, 20 pages, 30, 50, 60, 100, 10, I don't know. But you have to calm yourself down. You have to hold your horses. You have to just say, we have to be very systematical and structural way of doing that, whatever the activity that you're doing. And tell yourself that, okay, I'm here to think for a long term. I'm not here to just complete a mere book. No, I'm just here to gain knowledge, gain information. Why I'm reading book? Because I want to add value to my life. Why I'm reading book? Because I wanted to know whatever the person is explaining, discussing. I'm trying to learn it. I'm not just trying to mere read it. The goal is to gain wisdom, gain knowledge. And let me tell you one more thing. The starting point is only the friction. And I am telling you this honestly, like whatever that I am telling you, all those things that I have gone through, like from the last year or from like last 2 years, the starting point is only the friction. Just tell yourself that, okay, you know what, I will just going to read for 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I don't know, 1 minute. Just make that starting friction very less. Just tell yourself that, okay, you don't have to read 10 minutes, you don't have to read 30 minutes, you don't have to read 1 hour or so. Just pick a book, just read a page, and how much minute it will going to cost? 5 minutes, 2 minutes, just 2 minutes, just do it for 2 minutes. Just don't skip it. Just do it for only 2 minutes. And how you going to do it? There will be a lot of distraction, but people are coming, phone are buzzing, this and that, so on and so forth, and you are now deciding that, you know what, why to put 5 minutes or why to put 1 minute even reading book while that didn't make sense. Like, didn't it not at all make sense. Then what you will do, mute all the noise, remove all the distraction, put your phone into DND, do not disturb, put your Mac or like Windows laptop on DND, everything put silence, make the closed, like make sure that your door is closed, make sure that your window is closed, like put yourself in a cave and just do it. And at the very end, make sure you are giving yourself a reward after doing that particular activity, because the goal of all these things to create a habit, and the mind will only going to reinforce and do it the moment it will feel good, the moment it will get rewarded for the activity or the action that it did. Maybe after reading 5 minutes of a book, or 5 minute like maybe after reading 5 minutes whatever that you are reading, just give yourself a cup of chai or tea, give yourself a cup of coffee, maybe go out, or maybe do whatever you want, play game, watch reels, whatever the things that feel most satisfying. So I hope you understand the entire story. The first is, be a average speed runner, don't be a 100-meter runner, be a marathon runner. Think for long term. Don't be like, okay, I will going to read 10 pages of 20 pages, and then after 10 days you are not reading at all. The story that I told you earlier. Be a writer A who just think like, okay, I will going to read 2 pages a day, I will going to write just 2 pages a day, and just do it consistently. So make sure you are realistic. And then it's all boiled down to habit. The primarily goal is to build the habit of reading books. And the moment you start to build the habit, the neural pathways, just the neurons start to fire together. And when it's fired together, it's wired together, because it's no, at that particular time I have to just read book. And the moment when your neurons are interconnected, you build that habit. And how to build that habit? Use implementation intention, like that I told you, right? I will do this particular activity at that particular time, at that particular place. Be very, very specific and be very, very clear. The moment clarity will arrive, you will get a boost of motivation, and you put priority into that task. You put a tag of priority that this is a high priority. And even though if you don't get the feeling of putting high priority to the task that you are doing, just find out the why. Just find out the purpose, like why I am doing this. Okay, like why I have to read Ikigai, why I have to read that book. So first, find out the problem, find out what you want to solve, find out what kind of value that you're looking for, find out what are the things that can you help, and go out and start to look for that particular book. And when the why is there, your priority automatically comes. And yeah, most importantly, just read for 2 minutes. Just remove the friction and just do it consistent. And the consistent will automatically happen the moment you start to build the habit.